No, not that way. In, please. You're not listening to me. Hello and welcome back to Bug Realms. This will be the final rehousings from our Southern Invert Show haul, although I do still have Assassin Bugs and the Bumba Cabocla. The Bumba Cabocla can stay within its current enclosure right now, and the Assassin Bugs, I will actually show you a full setup with them once they're in housed, and we'll do some sort of feeding with those. So the finale will be our two Chilobrachys species, one being our species Blue Vietnam, and the other ones being our much larger Chilobrachys species Ken Krashan, or Kraken, however you want to pronounce it. So we'll start off with the smaller one, which is our species Blue Vietnam, and we're going to be putting it into an enclosure I'll show you in just a second. We are hoping, well, I'm not hoping, she's hoping to have a bit more of an exciting rehouse. The purpose of me doing all these videos within the same day while she was here was to show her what it's like to house old worlds, so that she can feel comfortable in purchasing a new world. She was also looking for a little bit more of a thrill than the very basic rehousings that we've had happen so far. It still had my heart racing, but may not have been so entertaining for you guys, but as long as the tarantulas are happy and healthy, that's what's important to me. So we're going to crack straight on now with our very first one, our species Blue from Vietnam. So we just have a very basic setup with a starter burrow here. Whether it chooses to use it or not is a different story. We have placed some of the forest floor moss that I purchased at the Southern Invert Show around the edges to give it a bit of character, and our water dish just on the edge here. So here it is in this pot. You can see how it's kind of webbed up just the middle section there, leaving the edging kind of like one giant circular burrow. It's actually just here. And let's see what happens. This one's a bit more lively so far. Don't really want to be having my hands there right now. I'm hoping it will turn and come this way rather than up and over that way. We'll see what happens. Oh, we've got a threat pose. So we've already got something a bit more interesting than we did last time. It is not a happy tarantula. Oh, there we go again. You can see the coloration of the blue on the legs already. Just here, shining in the light. It actually comes out better on my camera than what I can see in person. Come on. Oh, we've reared right back now. And we've got a perfect shot of that blue coloration. So, this one is not happy. I'm going to give it a bit more of a nudge. Oh no, it's really, really angry. This is hilarious. Now you can see it's going for wherever the straw is. I think my best bet is to kind of maybe tilt this. Oh, we had a strike. Okay, slightly out of shot. I've also got a squeaky floorboard, it seems, while I'm filming this one, so I do apologise for that. Come on. No, we don't want you going that way. Do not use your hands when handling old world containers, guys. That wasn't very wise of me. Let's see if I can kind of get some of the substrate out of there without burying the tarantula itself. Nope, buried the tarantula instead. There we go. Okay, and last but not least, in a similar design, we do have a water dish to place in afterwards. I've tried to make a sort of starter burrow, it's up to it if it uses it or not. out again with this forest floor moss. I absolutely love this stuff. I wish I picked up some more. I think it just makes everything look great, even for such a simple setup. So here we have it, and let's see what happens. This one's a much larger specimen than the other Chilobrachys that we've just housed, and that one gave so much attitude. Let's see what happens with this one here. It's actually been very, very still since the pickup, the whole journey home. I've had no sort of threat posed while it's in the pot. It hasn't tried running around. Go do a little zoom in there a moment. You can see the size difference in comparison to the other one. And the substrate in this enclosure is deeper than the other one as well, so it's got a lot shallower edge to climb out and run over. So we'll see what happens. It's not giving any real signs of movement right now. It's a little bit worrying, really. Wake up. It's a little bit concerning, although it's... Oh, there we go, stretching out a little bit more. So obviously it's been a bit stressed being in a pot to do with transport to the shows and things, but we'll give it a little bit more of a push to get moving. Most docile Chilobrachys I have seen in my entire life. There we are. No, not that way. In, please. You're not listening to me. Ah, we have an escaped Chilobrachys now. Wonderful.
I've got a pot.
Ah, it seems to be waking up a little bit more now. Right, let me deal with this and I'll be back with you. So, it was a little bit more lively when I collected it up. So we're back to square one. Again, guys, do not put your hands in the enclosures with the old welds. It's highly not recommended. But with the temperament being so short on this one, I felt comfortable lifting the pot there. Oh, there we go. Oh,
It's gonna go again.
he's gonna go. So we definitely have some, and well, I made a mistake there. Don't mess around with old welds. Don't copy what I just did. Yeah, it's escaped. It's ran. I know where it is. Getting it back into its home is going to be a problem. It's actually under my shelving unit, which only has about that much space. I tried to kind of slightly tap the abdomen with a broom handle because it's the only thing I have long enough to get to the back. I've barricaded it in, and it just basically tried to snap at the handle, and I don't want it to hurt its fangs. So the only method I have is to take the shelving layer off and try and get it into a pot that way. I'm embarrassed and quite ashamed to put this live on YouTube, but it's important for you guys to understand at home when you're dealing with old world tarantulas. Be a bit more prepared than I was. I actually did have a catch cup. Should have got a larger catch cup, because although it would have fit in, when it's moving, its legs are a lot more spread, and I did not want to damage its legs. So placing the catch cup down, the speed that it was going, it would have actually forced down on the legs if I had put any pressure on. So it's barricaded now under my shelving unit. I'm going to attempt to get it out. Do not try this at home, what I'm about to do, but it's the only way that I can access it. And I needed you guys to learn from my mistakes. That's why I'm putting it online for you now. We wanted some attitude, didn't we, guys? This is not what I wanted though. Right, let's get it out. So it's currently in that far corner, which I've barricaded. You can't see it very well. All the mess is me barricading that corner, so it cannot run that way. I've blocked off the bottom piece over here, so it cannot run that way. And there's a gap here, which I'm going to put this in front of. The problem is, I've got to take this heavy tank out, and I'm worried the vibrations may cause a scare. And I can't put this in front while I take that one out. Secondly, I can lift that shelf, but doing so could expose my hands to the tarantula. Again, I cannot fret enough, do not do this at home unless it's absolutely necessary. So, I'm going to get that tank out now, and I'll be back with you. So, it was down right in that corner. This was all stuff in place to try and get it out. I didn't record me capturing it because I needed to concentrate, and it was more important for my safety and the safety of the tarantula than it was to show you guys. But ta-da, we have it. So I'm just going to pop this into the enclosure now. I'm not going to re-record me putting it in. You guys have seen that already, and we'll just do a little outro straight after once it's housed and happy. Okay, just to show you guys, it is safe and sound in its enclosure now. Oh, that was a scary moment. So I had to completely trash my front room, move my sofa around, take a shelf out, rip up loads of bit of paper and tissue to make stuffing to stop any entrance or exit holes. But it's finally rehoused. Do not mess with Old World. It was great fun, mind. The last one that we had to do. And we have the escapee. I'm just going to cut this off here. I hope you enjoyed the footage. Take care. Bye bye.